You know, for years I've been seeing the same headlines that you've been seeing about how the real estate market is going to crash. Over and over and over, month in, month out, year after year, same thing. It's one of the reasons why I started doing these market updates because there was just so much speculation out there. It's also why I called it data over drama and I trademarked it. Because so many people, even people in real estate that make their living in this business, were having emotional reactions to the real estate market for years. And I totally understand that. Prices are high, they were going crazy through the pandemic. Now rates are high and prices remain high. It's an emotional time if you're buying or selling real estate right now. I bought real estate myself and I've helped hundreds of others buy and sell real estate the last few years through this, so I totally understand. But why I wanted to do data over drama is to cut through all that and just really look at the numbers and the facts. And the facts are, for there to be a crash, we have to have a huge drop in demand while we're having a huge increase in supply. So that's why we take a look at those sets of numbers each month. And what I want to do with this is better equip you so you can understand the dynamics of the market, what's going on right now with supply and demand, so you can make a better decision for you and your family if you're buying or selling real estate. I'm Jeff Valentino. That's what I do, is help people buy and sell real estate. My contact information is below. I'm going to move quickly through the supply and demand numbers on here because some of them, you know, we're heading into the spring market. Some of these are going to be what we expect, but some of them for sure took a turn to what we were not expecting. But I'm going to go through those quickly. At the end, I'm going to give you my one wish, the one thing that if I could have it to make the real estate market better for all of us, for buyers and sellers, my one wish is going to be at the end. First, on the overall numbers from last month as we head into the spring market, usually we talk about total sales. This time I want to do something a little bit different because total sales did go up this month as we expect. As we head into spring, there starts to be more sales, which is kind of common sense. What I want to show you on this one is the total sales in new construction. We've talked about periodically how new construction is representing a bigger portion of the sales, but if you look at the total sales that were new construction, you see we hit an all-time high last month in new construction sales throughout the triad, Winston Salem, Greensboro, High Point, and the suburbs. That's an important piece to know if you're looking to buy or sell, because one, if you're looking to buy, new construction is just going to represent more of the inventory than maybe you're used to seeing. And if you're looking to sell, new construction is going to represent more competition than it has in the past of brand new, ready to go homes versus existing homes. Now, the last part of the overall numbers, let's take a look at the median sales price. And you see right now what we did last month is we matched an all-time high that was just set last year. And if you remember back in the 2024 Outlook video that I did, I predicted that prices were going to go up slightly this spring. And people emailed me and texted me after that, and they're like, no way, rates are too high, this is going on and that's going on, and it's going to be an election year. And while I wish I wasn't right on that, again, prices did come up again this spring, and I expect them to creep up a little more throughout the spring. People have really settled into, this is where rates are. The Fed promised us that they were going to do all these cuts. They haven't happened so far this year, maybe in the summer, maybe towards the end of the year, not sure at this point. While they're still saying they're going to make those cuts, people have just kind of settled into, this is what the rates are. There has been a couple years of pent-up demand, and people are just, for the most part, buying now with the understanding that they can refinance if and when rates do come down. So they're adjusting their price points. If they were looking at a price here, now they have to look at a price here. But you know, life events still happen. We still have the new job. We still have the new baby. We still have the new family. We still have the divorce, the death, all the things that cause people to buy and sell real estate still happens, along with pent-up demand. Now, taking a look at the supply numbers. So first, we're going to start with the new listings. The big thing I want to point out here is this, is new listings did rise seasonally as we expect. They do just about every year at this time. That's not really news. What I want to point out on this one, typically, as we head into the spring market, we see 2,600 plus new listings come on the market. And that's what that yellow line is on the graph. That's the 2,500 range. You see, we are typically always above that 2,500 range, in the 26 or so hundred range of new listings this time each year. But for 2024 matches 2023, the only times in the last 7+ years that we have seen fewer than 2,500 new listings this time of year. So just take what we know about supply and demand, right? When we see 15+% fewer listings that come on the market than normally do this time of year, that right there alone is going to put a squeeze on supply. So again, we have our second year of pressure with lower supply, as I kind of thought that would happen when we talked for, again, years now, when all these people had these really, really low rates. There's going to be a percentage of them that just are not going to sell, or they're going to put off selling as long as they can when normally they would. So we are continuing to see that squeeze in supply. Important to know. And then the other supply number that I want to go over right now is just the total homes for sale right now in the MLS. Again, that did tick up seasonally as we would expect it to do as more people get ready to buy and sell during the spring, which is just normal this time of year. But again, looking where we are on a historical average, still far fewer total homes for sale than normal. Let's take a quick look at some demand numbers, and the first is percent of list price. This number is again similar to 2023, where we saw that kind of dip that came through the winter time and then started to come back up as we headed into spring and summer. This past year we saw that dip was a little bit steeper because that's when interest rates got really high, right? When they were around the 8% rate. This year we did see that dip was a little bit steeper. That's when rates got up really high around the 8% mark and buying activity really slowed down. We saw that drop steeper, but it's coming back up as expected, which is matches kind of 2023. I would expect that number to continue to climb till it gets about to that 100% or so mark, kind of where we stabilized and stayed at for so long before that, if you remember talking about that on the market updates. That's kind of where I think it's going back to. Similar story with the median days on market. They kind of peaked and now have taken a steep drop this month as we head into spring when just more buyer activity through sheer seasonality comes back into the market. So putting it all together, when we still have constricted supply, right? We do have less demand, but we have greater constricted supply. There is still a lot of money in the economy right now that is going to continue to put pressure on buyers. Buyers have settled into, this is kind of where we're at, this is what we're dealing with, and they're coming back into the market. I still think there is greater demand out there. If the feds do cut them, I see a lot of buyers coming back into the market, which could be not good for prices, meaning they would rise. At least not good if you're a buyer. What I hope that would happen if rates come down, some of these people that were really putting off selling, they will decide, okay, now we can upgrade to the extra bedroom because I'm not having to pay, a percent way up here when I had a rate way down here. So if we can get kind of that middle ground in there somewhere where more listings come on the market as more buyers come in, that hopefully will provide some equilibrium to the market and we will not see prices skyrocket. That's my hope. That's going to take probably some luck and a whole lot of skill to kind of balance that out, but there is a hope that that is kind of what happens as the market continues to stabilize. I think that will be great news for everyone. So for sellers, my advice is you have to have your house ready. You got to do some of the basics. You have to have it show ready. It's got to be staged and ready to go. You have to have a solid marketing plan. Just this morning before recording this, I was out in Ardmore, one of Winston-Salem's most popular neighborhood. Really nice looking listing. There was a wait. It was booked up most of the day. I'm sure that property is going to sell really quickly, probably with multiple offers. Contrast that to one I got under contract just about a week ago for some buyer clients, where the house was slightly overpriced. We could see showing activity was very slow on it. We took that as an opportunity, and I think we got that at a discount for less money than really the seller should have sold. We saw that it was just basically the house was just overpriced, keeping it back. So not only did we not get it for what it should have been, we got it for even more of a discount than we probably would have if they would have priced it correctly in the first place. So sellers, pricing and a marketing plan and having your house ready is of the utmost importance right now because buyers are thick-skinned. They're just willing to let houses sit and wait for the next one to come on the market. They're not just offering on anything. For buyers, don't get discouraged because you're not seeing a lot of houses come on the market. We should see listings increase over the next 30 to 60 days as we typically do this time of year. Also, do not time the market. The Fed says they're going to do this. Remember, they said they were going to do that at the beginning of the year and it kind of didn't happen. Don't try to time the market. If you wait for the perfect time, a lot of other people are doing that same thing. You're going to be competing with far more people than you would normally be. So my advice is to know your numbers, understand your budget, try not to max out your budget. If you see the house, you like the house, and it's affordable, buy the house. And now for my one wish. The one thing, if I could wish and wave a magic wand and make this happen, I think it would make the real estate market better for everyone. I would make a rule that there would be no investor offers for the first 30 days that a home is listed on the market. Right now, there are so many institutional investors scooping up these properties that are paying cash, that are really pushing buyers out of the market. I believe it's unfair. I would eliminate that. I would not allow any investor offers for the first 30 days. That would give time for homeowners to look and make offers and get transactions done. It would keep liquidity in the market because homes would still move because there is demand out there from normal, regular homeowners. And it would not totally freeze out investors. It would be tough for investors, especially the small mom and pop investors, of which I am one of those, by the way. It would be a little bit tougher for them, but eliminating investor offers for the first 30 days would bring back some equilibrium to the market. These companies bought so many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of properties in the triad through the last few years, let alone the rest of the country. But we wouldn't freeze them out. By waiting 30 days, they would have to start buying some of these less desirable properties if they still want to purchase. That would help those properties get fixed up, turned around, and improve the neighborhoods. But more importantly, it would give everyday homeowners a chance to buy properties without competing with these huge hedge funds with almost limitless amounts of cash that are making offers that they simply cannot compete with. If you're looking to buy or sell real estate anywhere in the Triad, I'd love to be a resource for you. You can reach out to me directly at jeff@govalentino.com. Thanks.